Just after 5:30, here are the top 5 stories on CBS 5 News. An Oswego County mother is accusing the APW elementary school of not doing enough to stop bullying. Beth Hummel posted a photo of her son with a bruise on his forehead to Facebook, and now other parents are furious. Hummel says her 5-year-old son has been attacked 3 times by 5th graders who call themselves the Teardrop Gang. The district issued a statement saying the situation is under control. Jim Kenyon will have more in just a minute. 2 Syracuse University football players were in court today facing burglary charges. Junior defensive end Marcus Pierce-Brewster and junior defensive tackle Devon Walls are accused of breaking into a South Campus apartment. Police say the 2 players were among 4 SU students arrested in connection with 3 burglaries on February 23rd. Family and friends gathered to remember the West Hill High School student whose SUV crossed into the path of a Centro bus near the Syracuse University campus last weekend. 18-year-old Anna Polano was laid to rest in Mattydale this morning. Anna is remembered as an upbeat, kind, and compassionate woman. She was a loving big sister to 7 siblings and was excited for the arrival of another this summer. A pregnant woman is charged with kidnapping a mother and a baby when she escaped from jail last week. Investigators say 35-year-old Billy Joe Ribble took a Wellsboro woman and her baby hostage at knife point, forcing the woman to drive her across the border to New York. This was after she assaulted a prison guard when she broke out of jail. Investigators say she jumped from a 3rd-story window to a 2nd-story rooftop to get out. Well, fracking may not be allowed in New York State for another 2 years. The New York Assembly voted in favor of a moratorium on the gas drilling practice, but it will still need approval from the state Senate and Governor Cuomo. The Assembly is trying to take action after a deadline passed last month to issue regulations due to an incomplete environmental review. No one in the Republican-led Senate has sponsored the bill so far. Well, after an Oswego County mother posted a picture on Facebook of her son's injury after she says he was bullied at school, now parents are outraged with the school district. She says her 5-year-old son had been attacked 3 times by 5th graders who call themselves the Teardrop Gang at APW Elementary School in Parrish. Jim Kenyon has more on this exclusive story.
Want to kiss Mommy on the cheek?
Today, 5-year-old Kobe Denny spent part of his day drawing along with his little sister and brother. Kobe's mother, Beth Hummel, is keeping him out of school because she says he's been bullied and hurt by a group of 5th graders who call themselves the Teardrop Gang.
Infuriated me. I was angry, mad, hurt. You know, I put my child's life in their hand for that 6 hours, and he was hurt.
Kobe is in kindergarten at the Altmar Parish Williamstown Elementary School, where the sign outside the school asks the 730 students, "How are you showing respect?" But Kobe said he got no respect from a group of older kids when they confronted him inside the school building.
Jamal, I don't know how it hit me, but him hit me over here.
He hit you on the head?
No, but I don't know how him hit me.
Where did that happen?
In the hallway. In the hallway.
Hummel says it was the 3rd such incident involving her son. She was so upset, she posted a photograph of Kobe's bruised forehead on Facebook. Since then, other parents have commented on her Facebook page about what they see as a growing bullying problem at the APW school district. Hummel and her mother said they got no satisfaction when they met with the school's principal.
He was more worried about Facebook statements and what people were saying, and the fact that he had to go from classroom to classroom, teacher to teacher, to actually do his job.
Superintendent Hudson said the so-called Teardrop Gang consisted of 6 disenfranchised 5th graders. He says they have been dealt with. Hudson says the Facebook postings have been raising fear and hysteria among some parents. We're telling people to come to the school and be part of our school. He says they'll see for themselves that bullying is not tolerated. At APW, we're reactive and proactive, he said.
You know, my job as a mother is to protect my child and love him unconditionally, and I'll do whatever I have to do to make sure that is done.
Now, Hummel says she is considering removing her son from APW school district altogether and placing him in a neighboring school district.
Wow, Jim. So she said there were multiple incidents.
Yeah.
What were some of the other incidents?
Well, name calling, shoving, the usual kind of thing. But she said at one point he came home in a change of clothes. And it turned out that he had apparently wet himself because he was afraid to go into the boys' room where this alleged bullying takes place.
That's really horrible to hear.
It's tough for a mother to take, and you can understand her angst.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Jim, for your report. The APW situation has focused attention on an anti-bullying rally set to take place on Good Friday at the 4th Street Park in Fulton. Organizers Heather Clark and her daughter Corinne Horning say they're not satisfied with the way the school district in Oswego County handled the problem of bullying. Corinne says she herself has been bullied by classmates at Bodley High School because of her weight and her battle with cancer.
Every day I walk into school and I wonder what's going to happen today. What's going to make me want to go home and just not talk to anybody.
I don't know if it's just that they don't know how to handle it because it's such a large problem, or if they're not seeing it or hearing it, that it doesn't exist.
Since Heather Clark announced the planned rally on Facebook Thursday, more than 300 people throughout Oswego County have promised to attend. She says the rally will begin at 2 o'clock on March 29th at 4th Street in Fulton. Well, imagine if you knew when and where you were born, but didn't know your birth name or your birth parents. Alex Dunbar has more on how one woman is trying to figure out her past using social media.
They're answers most of us take for granted, but still out of Sky Brennan's reach. She knows she was born in Syracuse on August 23rd, 1985, put into foster care and later adopted. But despite years of searching, Sky has little to go on as she tries to piece together her own background.
I honestly want to know what my birth name was.
Sky has baby pictures of herself, but no way of knowing who took them. Her adoption was closed. Sky has only been able to get non-identifying information from the state registry and the agency handling the adoption. She knows her father was 6'1" with curly red hair, and her mother was 5'4" with brown hair and blue eyes. But on the paperwork she can get, even her adoptee birth certificate, most of the key information is covered up.
I've actually spent hours and days, actually days, staring at the paperwork trying to figure out what my name was.
She's lived in Buffalo for the past 20 years and has always looked at other people, wondering if she's related to them. When she came to Syracuse to search through old newspaper records, Sky says that sensation was amplified.
I was just looking at everybody like, oh, are you my family? Are you my I mean, it's sad because you look like a little lost puppy.
Blocked at every turn, Sky didn't know what else she could do. So a friend from Buffalo suggested she put a picture up on Facebook asking for help. She included the limited information she has about her Syracuse birth.
I mean, I've been through a lot in my life and I don't regret one except for not being able to know who I am.
But that one Facebook post brought Sky help from thousands of people she'd never met. In just the past 3 weeks, Sky's picture has been shared by more than 4,000 people and seen by 143,000.
Because of everything that I've been through, I don't see people actually trying to help you. But then seeing that, it really, that's big. Like that's, people actually care.
New hope for Sky that maybe her birth family or someone who knows them will reach out to her.
I mean, a lot of people say, well, you should leave the past in the past. Right, but if you don't know your past, how can you look forward to the future?
And adoption experts say true closed adoptions like Sky's are frowned upon by many leading agencies today. We're going to have more on that and hear from an adoptee who has always known his birth parents. That'll be coming up at 6, Dora.
Wow, interesting perspective on both sides. Thank you, Alex. Well, it's the final Big East basketball game at the Carrier Dome. It's Syracuse versus DePaul, and sports director Nico Tamurian breaks down the matchup coming up in sports. And here's a look at the radar, live Doppler radar. Looks like a storm is coming our way. Mike Brookins has your 7-day forecast coming up. Keep it right here to CBS 5 News at 5:30.